Alright. I guess we'll go looking. Thank you. And thank you. Yeah, Ariel can probably sing this just fine. Whoop. Mid-range strategies. Whenever I come into a brand new card game, there is always an abundance of players looking for a mid-range deck. Now, what do I mean by that? Mid-range is a strategy designed to become the aggressor against the more controlling deck, be able to play to the board early and establish board dominance, but also be able to grind enough card advantage and resources to become a pseudo-control strategy against most aggro decks in the format, going a little bit bigger to be able to survive that initial onslaught. And that is what we're looking at today in the form of Amber SteelSong, a deck that is known to be one of the best decks in Lorcana right now. This list comes from my most recent article over on TCG Player and is kind of championed by a number of content creators, including some established professionals in the card game space, and we're going to have some games with this one for you today. This deck is looking to provide itself with aggressive starts off the back of the traditional Lilo into Simba curve that you see in a number of these Amber decks, but we're also looking to be able to beat the aggro matchups through the Steel package that has found a home in this deck as well, Tinkerbell Giant Fairy, and Grab Your Sword. Grab Your Sword really is a spectacular card all around, and it gets even better in a deck like this one, courtesy of Ariel Spectacular Singer, and even Cinderella, Gentle but Kind, maybe even Captain Hook, Thinking a Happy Thought in other versions of the deck. We're looking to be able to sing our 5-cost songs early and aggressively to get ahead in spots we shouldn't be able to, be that your Grab Your Sword to clear the opponent's board, or just a copy of A Whole New World to be able to refill yourself on card advantage. Now, what makes this deck a bit more grindy than the traditional versions of Amber Steel? Well, usually we find ourselves going closer to the ground with more 1-cost cards and copies of Rockstar Stitch. These versions of the deck, however, choosing to forgo that package in exchange for more spaces for cards like Rapunzel, Gifted with Healing, and going all the way up to Stitch Carefree Surfer, which is another fantastic way of recouping cards in the late game. I think Rapunzel Gifted with Healing is just the best card in Lorcana right now, and this deck is probably the best home for it, with so many bodies that can trade so efficiently into your opponent's characters. If you like what you see here over on Beyond the Inkwell, please consider subscribing to the channel for more regularly scheduled Lorcana content, be that deck lists, gameplay, or much, much more. Drop a like on the video if you haven't already, maybe leave a comment to let me know what you think of what we're doing here, but until next time, enjoy the games on this one. I'll see you soon. So we are going to mulligan away looking for the Simba, keeping Ariel Lilo. No Simba. Feels bad, man. Alright, hopefully we just find it off the top like an absolute champion. If not, we'll be playing another Lilo. So, more aggressively slanted start this time around, pointing with the Inked Pascal into a Stitch. Okay, sure. Whole New World. Alright, we are probably just going to have to cash in these Lilos because we are not going to be able to do a whole lot otherwise. It's basically just trading for 3 lore because our opponent is going to challenge instead of questing, which is okay, but really obviously not really where we want it to be. But with a Lilo of their own, sure. Wow, they are also very aggressively slanted, so I'm going to try and get to this Tinkerbell, I suppose. We will draw the Be Our Guest and quest. A little bit of ways away because we have not found Small Tink at this moment in time. Inking these LeFous is scaring me a bit. Maleficent, sure. We can stomach that one. We wanna be the very quest, like no one ever was. By catching us right back up, we find a Stitch for our troubles. Alright, let's take a cheeky peek with this Ariel. We find another BR guest, which I'm fairly certain we are going to ink for this stitch as we set ourselves up towards a whole new world. Probably after we tink seems the most likely. So we're gonna... I think we're pretty happy to go long here. It seems like we're better at going long than our opponent is. So I'm going to be pretty happy to trade down on lore. Keep my opponent off of as much as we possibly can as we build towards a better board. Does make the tink a little worse. I guess it's now a world where we ink the tink, spin the world next turn. Maybe, maybe. Rockstar Stitch. That's a bit of a problem. I would like Rockstar Stitch to not be on the board. That is small tink. Okay. So we can go digging for an answer. I think I'm going to hold a whole new world in case they chain off with this stitch. I think we're going to go small tink. Sing this. Interesting. I guess I would rather have the other three in my deck. So I'll ink the Captain Hook. And I will quest, because if they want to challenge with Stitch, I'm more than happy about that fact. Alright, here they go. At least we can clean up these pesky small things with tink. But the Rockstar Stitch is pretty scary. They are correctly protecting it too. Alright, well, shifty shifty. And now at least if my opponent exerts ever, I can kill the Stitch, potentially. Do we ever whole new world here? I don't know. Straight up. I'm gonna find out. Let's try it this way. This is not what I wanted. There are so many lanterns. Why would you do this? Oh my god. I was hoping to find some swords, you know, maybe some payoffs, not all of my lanterns. Oh no. Well of Souls grabs the Rapunzel. So we know we need to kill this Stitch now, which we can do. We just have to do it a slightly awkward way. As in we have to challenge the Lilo, which is a little counterintuitive, but it's fine. Select, ping this, and then we go Lantern, activate, activate, tink the hard way, ping, ping. And then sadly our opponent can draw one off the Rapunzel if they want to. I can't stop them. I think I'm inking this aerial here because these Rapunzels should fill my hand back up pretty consistently. Interesting game here, to be honest. The Rockstar Stitches are proving to be a bit of a problem for this configuration. Please stop. Why is there so many of you? Okay. Oh dear. Well, you can safely say the sky is well lit. I think that's fair. Let's go on a merry quest. Gonna hold these Rapunzels for now. Tempting to play one on the Tink, but I think we're gonna wait. Inking another Rockstar Stitch. You got it. The Pascals are kind of cute in this deck. Thankfully, we have a pile of swords to take care of these. Ooh, we chose to challenge with the Stitch. Alright. You have my attention. That would be why. Alrighty, let us sword. Take care of those. Punch a little bit of this. And my opponent would like to leave the game. We were just going to draw a few cards with Rapunzel. I'm not sure what you mean. Let's go. Alright. We're going second this time, so slower start to find. Doesn't mean we want these stitches too much. We'll keep the Tink looking for Big Tink. Gonna keep the swords as well, as it's very rarely bad. He says before, inevitably hitting a matchup where it's bad and not being able to ink it, but you know. Okay, cool. Duke of Wesselton means it's probably not bad. We will probably play our Stitch out though, I think. Yeah. Tempting to hold this, but I think I'd rather just contest early, if and when possible. Opponent will go on a merry quest like no one ever was. What's the 2-drop of choice? It's Flynn Rider. It always is, folks. It's always the Flynn, as it should be. So let's go. This swords is going to be pretty great, isn't it? So I guess we're going to go Lantern into Cinderella into swords. It's probably the way to do this. Just keep their quest count down, I think. I should say lore count, not quest count. I don't think mine actually matters that much in the early stages of this game, so I would rather trade in 1-for-1. Inking the Tink just in time is terrifying. Okay. We will Lantern. We're going to ink the Stitch. Play the Cinderella. And we're going to need some help. Because an early Cusco is very scary. We do draw Cinderella. Okay. I can't sing multiple swords here, unfortunately, which is a bit of a pain. So it's going to take me 2 turns, but we're still doing it. Am I inking this Rapunzel? I think I am. Kind of a shame, but probably correct. Alright, opponent is up to 11 lore. Inks the Hatter. What's the follow-up? Please don't be a Hands. Hands would be a bit annoying. That's actually fine. So we can get a little sneaky here, right? Where we can go bonk. Sing this. Oh yeah, this is actually super fruity, right? We get to go sing, grab your swords, kill off the Cusco, ink this and spin the wheel, which we are absolutely doing. because they just drew 3 cards anyway, so we might as well get rid of all those and refresh. We even get to play out a Captain Hook. Not bad. They are still on 11 lore, but not bad. Inking Hands probably isn't great for me. Slamming down the Maximus. Okay, so we can shift the Tink onto the Tink, which is pretty good here. Punch. Select Bust. Very nice. And then we get to go Quest. Quest. And I guess we are just going to go Ink, Lantern, play Lilo. Off you go. Not a bad use of the hand, to be honest. Having to trade the Tink in its entirety was a little bit of a shame, but it did clear the board, so I am about it. There do be the Hades. Grabs back said Cusco. It's a very appealing turn to play another Tinkerbell to kill this Lilo off. Their lore count is a bit scary, especially given that we know there's a Cusco coming. Alright, I guess let's start things off with Aerial in case we find Grab Your Sword. Which we do. Very nice. So now we can sing this beautiful song. Clear the opponent's board once again. Quest. Quest. Play a beast. And not blow up our lanterns, of course. Alright. We are putting up a fight, folks. Clawing our way back into this one after what was a pretty damn awkward start. Whoa, that's pretty good. So let's start with the Be Our Guest. I'm pretty sure we're in racing mode here a lot of the time, so I'd rather not sing this. These are all pretty bad. Are we Lantern, Tink, or are we Lantern, Cerberus, Lilo? I think we're Lantern, Cerberus, Lilo. And we are going to race you down. Go off, friend. You can gain 6, which is only 19. Can you catch us? Super interesting game, this one. A lot of moving pieces, which I'm a fan of. I'm a fan of moving pieces. Oh! A masterpiece. That was a sweet one. I look forward to watching that one back. A lot of things we could have done differently there.